Sorry for not uploading yesterday. It was a very busy day. My bad. But I'm uploading today. And if you like my content, check out the link in the description because I have a Patreon. And unfortunately, there won't be a Patreon audio today, but there will be a poll for tomorrow's audio and tomorrow's Patreon audio. Whoever wins first place will get the YouTube treatment. Whatever idea gets second place will get uploaded on Patreon. So if that interests you, take a look in the link in the description. You might like it. There's a bunch of exclusive audios for Patreon members. And there's even a Discord where you could talk to me and a bunch of lovely, lovely people. So if that interests you, there's a link in the description. Now, without further ado, enjoy the audio. Oh. Hey, babe. It was, how was work? That's good. Yeah, that's good. Um, no, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I was just thinking about stuff. Yeah, nothing, nothing. That's great. Can I, can I talk to you about something? Okay. So, recently I've been having a hard time. And it's just yeah, it's nothing specific. It's just I don't know. I feel I feel selfish in saying this because I have you and you give me so much happiness and joy. You know I have trouble talking about stuff. I have trouble talking about anything. You know, anything that involves like problems with me. I've struggled with that for a really long time. I do think there's a reason. A few years ago, I was, I was, I had this friend, right, and they were having a really hard time, and I was sort of their emotional support person, and I was very important to their life. And I realized this was a really unhealthy relationship, and it wasn't good for me or them, but I didn't care. I just wanted to help them. So I kept dedicating myself to them. I kept dedicating a lot of my free time to them. This was a few years before you and I even met. Um, anytime I would show that I was getting overwhelmed or I was getting too stressed out, they would immediately blame themselves and spiral into this horrible idea of I am making your life worse and I am actively ruining your happiness. And then they were very fragile, so I sort of developed this hardened exterior, and I kind of learned to keep it inside for a while. And it progressed more and more, and despite my efforts, they kept getting worse and worse until they were gone. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they were my best friend. And then one day they were just gone. That, that, that broke me for a while. You're, you're the first person I've ever told about this. No, I'd rather not be touched right now. Not yet, at least. Um, I've just. I'm sorry to dump all this on you. You didn't ask for this. You didn't. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Just tell me if this is too much, okay? Please. Yeah, there's more I want to talk about. Um, for a while after I just kind of became this hovel for a while until some friends were like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was just like, "I'm fine," you know. I realized I developed this innate ability to just kind of shut it off whenever someone asked if I was okay or whenever another person walked in the room. Like, thinking about this has done probably a lot of damage to my head and to my emotions and how I process things, but whenever someone would text me or like be like, "Hey, you wanna go hang out or do this thing or you wanna come over and like watch the finale of whatever," I could just turn it off. And I don't think I turned it off, quote unquote. I more just shoved it into a corner. I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." And that's kind of how I just coped with it. I just didn't. I just kind of shoved it into the recesses of my mind, and I never told anyone. But it never left. The pain, um, the pain of that has kind of stuck with me for a while. And, I haven't really been able to shake it off. It's kind of just been this dagger in my chest that's just kind of been there for a really long time. I've just been really depressed. And I hate saying that because, usually when my buddies tell me when I've been upset or depressed or whatever, they're just like, suck it up, man. You're fine. It's life. I don't think I can just suck it up. I try, but I can't. I know. Toxic masculinity is a thing, and that's definitely what that is. I just try to suck it up because I know that's life, isn't it? It's just been this weight, and I feel like it's just this rock in my chest, and I don't know how to get it off of me. I'm just scared to lean on people because you know this. I've always kind of been the rock for people to lean on. So I just worry that if I'm not okay enough to be leaned on, and if I show weakness, then what if the same thing happens? You know, what if I don't? I know it was a lot tying in to that situation. Their mental health was awful, and they just they needed therapy. I should have taken them to a therapist, but they refused. I was like, okay, I'll honor your wishes. I tried. I just don't want people to think that they're too much for me and that they're hurting me. 'Cause I want to be there for them. I do. And want I want to keep helping them because I don't want something like that to happen again. Because I know there was a lot contributing to it. There was a lot. Mental health, what they were going through, their financial situation, their parents. There was a lot contributing to what happened. But I can't help feeling that it's my fault. I can't help feeling it's my fault. Yes, you can hug me. I know it's not my fault. I know. I know. I know. Sometimes it's just hard not to feel like that. Because they were my responsibility. They were my... I know they weren't my responsibility, but it felt like it. Felt like I was the thing that was supposed to fix them, and I didn't. And I haven't forgiven myself. You want me... Yeah, I know therapy is probably good for me. I know, but I don't know if I can... I don't know if I can... Just give me some time. I'm not ready yet. But... You're right. You're right. You're right. I do need therapy. I do. Okay. You want me to say it 3 times? Alright. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It'll take a minute for that to settle in, but I kind of felt it. Yeah, this is weighing on me a lot. Yeah, I am. Sometimes it gets so bad at nights. I think about... I've never actually gotten close to doing it, but the thought of hurting myself has popped into my head a few times. I know. I know it's a really bad habit. They did it back then. That's a big reason why I didn't do it. Because I couldn't go down the road they were. I couldn't. If... Just the thought of how they'd react to me doing what they did. Gotta break their heart. So I wanted to at least honor some form of memory. So I've stopped myself every time. Yeah, it's gotten bad a few times. Okay. Yeah, I can talk about it a little bit more and more with you to try and work up to getting comfortable with talking about it to a therapist. Yeah, that sounds okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for listening, taking this as well as you did. I've been trying to say something for a few months. It's taken me a while to build up the courage. I know I can talk to you. It's not that easy. I know I can. It's just getting over the roadblock of doing it. And I did that a little bit today, and I'm proud of that. There's still a lot that I haven't told you. Okay. Okay, I'll work up to it now. I'll work up to it. Okay. I love you. Thank you. Hey, this is Velvet speaking directly to you after the audio. And I just wanted to say I know this audio deals with some heavy subject matters. But I want you to know, whoever is listening to this, if you're going through this or you went through anything traumatic, anything that's caused you a great deal of depression or pain, you are not alone. You are never alone. And never be afraid to ask for help. Because there are people in your life that love you. I can guarantee that. There are people in your life that love you. Never be afraid to ask for help. And if things get bad enough, there are suicide hotlines. So I implore you, if you need to, call one. Because a lot more people will miss you than you think. A lot more people will feel the pain of your absence than you think. Because you made an impact. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you did. And people care about you. You are not worthless. You are not unloved. No one is. You can get better. I promise. Just put in the work, and you will get better. I promise. I hope you have a nice day.